This is a How Is He podcast with Podge and Papa, proudly sponsored by Amplify. Power up your podcast. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 75, the How Is He podcast, proudly sponsored by Carl Estimating. If you're a contractor, subcontractor, supplier, manufacturer, Carl Estimating will price your job tighter than GA shorts in the 80s, Papa. Look at that one. There you are now. Thank you very much, ChatGPT, for that. Check them out on carlestimating.ie and all their social channels. Once again, welcome back to episode 75 of the How Is He podcast, joined by my co-host, Paul Papadoling, right here in Amplify Studios in the heart of Carrolltown. This week we're joined by a comedian. So, Papa, you're the third funniest guy in the room now.
Why is there six in here?
Shannon Basso Gaule, known for his sharp wit and unique storytelling. Shannon has not only been cracking up audiences at Hired Home, but he's also picked up awards all the way over New Zealand. From local gigs to international recognition, his journey is as entertaining as his sets. We'll be chatting about his rise in comedy, the craft, the punchlines, what's next from on stage, and all that good stuff. Shannon, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Good.
Have you done many podcasts before? Or?
Yeah. I've had two failed ones myself, so it's great.
Oh, I seen that. Sure, you meant to put that in the fucking intro.
It's grand. It doesn't happen anymore. But it's nice to be in an actual studio, you know.
You was over Zoom, was it?
No, we did. I did one. We did it specifically in the last one I did was with Iman Adama. He's another comic, right? And notoriously bad for keeping time. So we said we'll do it in his house, so he couldn't be late. And then,
Was he late?
it gets better. Me and the producers, 11 o'clock in the morning. It used to take me about an hour and a half to drive up there. And I was like, we're on the way, grand. I collected the producer in Crumlin, and he's out by Crow Park. And I rang him when we were outside. He's like, oh, we're just outside. He's like, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm in the bank. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing in the bank? Like, he's like, I'm going to get a loan. I'm like, but you've no money. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get a loan. He's like, they won't give you any money they won't give you a loan if you've no money. He's like, yeah, that's what they said. I'm like, how are you not here? I told you we're on the way. And then he was an hour late to his own house for the podcast. So we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it didn't work. Logistically, it wasn't a thing, right?
Yeah, it didn't work out. It was a lot of fun. It was a really, really, and actually one of the guys, the producer, the cameraman who was doing it, he ended up working with, the Sidemen, like KSI. He's moving over to work with them over in the UK now. Yeah, and Eman's going from strength to strength. So it's all like me and Eman are still great friends.
I think Eman is on that. I used to see him on the Fax channel on YouTube.
Oh, the Try channel.
The Try
he
channel.
got sacked from that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a guy from Carlow that runs that channel?
I don't know. If it is, can you put me in touch? Because
I think it is a chap from Carlow runs that channel.
Might be, yeah. I know a few of the people on. He was on it. I think.
Is it still going? Is that channel still going on YouTube?
It is. I don't think it's as big as it was.
They're really not subscribers.
Oh
right?
yeah. I think it was massive maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
I think COVID helped it a lot.
Yeah, well, it launched the career. Oh shit, launched the career of loads of people. I think COVID did.
Yeah, well, that's where I've seen Eman on that. So he's not on that anymore.
No, he's not. No, Eman is liable to let fly. So,
and where are you based now? Are you based in Carlow?
I'm based in Carlow, moving out towards Kilkenny in the next couple of months, hopefully. So, but I'm based around here. I've been here I was in New Zealand for a couple of years, and then moved back just after COVID into out to Lachlan Bridge.
It's like emigrating from Ireland to Ireland, isn't it, going to New Zealand? Really?
Yeah, it really is, except for it doesn't rain as much, and they're not as good crack.
Yeah, Maori's a good crack, right?
Yeah, they're not as great crack over there.
Oh, really? Oh, they're not?
Oh, no, sorry, the Maori's a great crack.
Yeah.
That's like just being at home in Ireland, but what I found weird about New Zealand is like everyone we get over here is just like all the big fucking Maori lads, right? And you go over there and it's just full of white people. You're like, where the fuck were these people come from? Do you know what I mean? You're just like, what? And they're like, oh, hey, Quithy. And you're like, Jesus, yeah. But no, New Zealand's fun. It's a good time. It's a good country, but it's like there's not much of a nightlife over there.
Okay.
As in, like, shit closes down like really early, like 10.
Does it?
Oh yeah, like really. And if you're not in one of the big cities, if you go outside of those, they're all like these little, like it can close sometimes at 9 o'clock. A pub will close if there's no one in there.
Yeah.
In Ireland, we'll keep it up.
We'll hang in there.
Yeah,
2:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
Like,
one lad
someone-
sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
sleep.
Oh no, he hasn't drank a pint
Making
in 4
money out of
hours.
him, ain't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Two security on the door.
Yeah. Over there, they're like, oh, it's dead. You can just close up. Like, it's mad. I couldn't believe it. Like, I felt cheated.
What was the move? Work purposes or just?
No, me and my wife were. It was the time the working visa came back up.
Okay.
So like, fuck it, let's just go over there.
Yeah, experience it.
And then we were backpacking around Asia for like 9 months or something like that, and ended up in New Zealand for about three odd years. But it was during COVID, so it was like kind of a good spot. Yeah, we had no choice really.
Just
if
seemed
we
to
left,
learn
we
how to
couldn't go
fairly
back.
lock down, didn't she?
It did. They handled it really well, but they did also have the most notice out of any country because we could just see it. You could see it coming. And go, we better fucking sort something out. No, it was good. It was a good time to be over there.
Tell me about your childhood, growing up.
Oh Jesus! How long do we have?
You're only
Well, I was born in London, so I was born.
Get out.
Yeah, I know.
Sat in London, boy.
I was Peckham, like back in the fucking the real rough spots. Back it was gone. Apparently it's gone real bougie now. But I was
Peckham is gone bougie now.
Yeah. It wasn't when I was there. It was fucking mental. And we moved from like from London when I was 4 to Mayo, which is a very
Culture
big
shock.
change.
Yeah.
So like if you imagine like I had long blonde hair when I was younger, and then like I had a London accent. And I went into my school at Mayo, and they're like, "We're having none of that. We're having none of that." And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah." So that bet my English accent out of it, and then I got a haircut. Spent 10 years in Mayo. And Dad send anyone mad. I was in like East Mayo, which I didn't find out was like just the most rural fucking
Pure remote. Like.
I brought me and my wife went. I was doing a gig in Sligo in February
Okay.
for the comedy festival, and I said, look, we'll drive out to where I used to live. It's about 40 minutes away. And I was like, they've built one house since like in
Since you left it.
I left when I was 14 and 37 now, so what's that?
16 years.
Thank you. 16 years. They've built one house where I used to live, and then it's just forestry everywhere. And my wife was like, I didn't know we had a fucking outback in fucking Ireland. Like, it's desolate. Like, absolutely.
What's the area called?
Carracastle. So it's near, do you know Charlestown where fucking
Yeah,
Gallagher's?
yeah.
Yeah. So like, there's Grant, like 10 minutes out the road, you wouldn't fucking believe how desolate the place is. Like,
Yeah.
so that was, I was like, yeah, no wonder that we went back here. And then we came back. This is how bad it was. When I moved to Carlow when I was 14, I was like, oh, I didn't know
big city.
Exactly. I was like, the
Second
big
smallest county in
city.
Ireland, the big city.
The big city. I was like, fuck me. I was like, they have shops with jerseys. It's fucking unreal. They had a music store. I remember if I had to get a fucking memory card for the PlayStation, like, you'd have to drive like an hour to Castlebar to get one, right?
Yeah.
So like, I came here and they had multiple shops that were
open.
open all of the time.
Yeah.
Do you know? Mind was blown. I thought Carlo was. We had 3 Burns World of Wonder
Bright
at one
lights.
point.
Yeah,
we
we
were
did,
on
yeah.
top, lads. We were on top. So it was a big change, and then big change. And I went to the CBS just right down the road.
Yeah.
I remember my first day of school. Like, it's bad enough, right? You go in the first day of school. In second year, right? One thing my dad didn't tell me about CBS is that it's an all boys school.
He didn't have a clue.
No, I'm sure he did. He just didn't tell me, right? I went to a mixed school the year before, so he was like, "What do you mean I'm going to an all boys school?" And then they still do, I don't know if they still do the uniforms in Shaw's today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they still do.
Yeah.
I am out of touch. And I turned up on the first day, and I had the fucking Prez bottoms on me.
Oh, the light blue.
Yeah, and I was like, "You can't send me in there, man. You can't send me there. My name's Shannon, right? First of all, bad way to start in an all boys school, right?
Yeah.
You're like, and then I was like, you have to bring me down, and no, that got sorted in the end. Anyways, we were an hour late from my first day of school.
How long are you in Carlow then?
16 years. I'm gonna.
No, but how long are you in Carlow when you started first year?
Oh, I was started second, so I did 1 year in Mayo.
Okay, so you're brand new to the county.
Brand new to the county.
At 14, 15,
yeah.
which is a quite important age for someone, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I was like, look, these pants are the wrong shade of blue.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing to be here?
I'm ruined. Like, I'm already ruined. I already didn't know it was good. I didn't know it was good. Like, I knew that they're like, yeah, don't worry. They do this thing. The parents are like, look, there's a girls' school nearby. And I'm like, yeah, but they're locked in there.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we're segregated.
Like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, they used to be free range in the old school. Do you know what I mean? Now, like, I'm like, what's going on here? And then they sent me there with the wrong pair of pants. And I worked out in the end.
You got through it.
Well, I can't remember. I blacked out most of the secondary
What were you like
school.
as a student in school?
I did my best, right? I really wanted to be smart, but unfortunately, I'm not.
What do you mean by that you really wanted to be smart?
Like, I always thought I was intelligent because I read.
Oh, wow.
But I was very soon found out I was not intelligent. They put me in all the higher classes.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was in Irish and I was drawing a picture of a skateboarder. I'm like, you shouldn't probably be in Irish.
Yeah.
I said this is a problem as well. And then they put me in higher maths as well. And I was like, this is definitely a problem.
So do you think you had the perception that you were super intelligent? Like people thought
I had a perception. I thought I was.
Yeah.
Not so much super intelligent, but I was like, I got a bit about me.
Yeah.
And then I was always a very middle of the road student. But I was like, there's something in here. Like, I was like going around like Neo in the Matrix. I'm like, sometime he's gonna fucking awaken. Like, still waiting. I'm 37 years of age. I'm like, I'm gonna find me special
Let
thing
me out.
soon.
You don't look 37, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. I do dress like a toddler and act like one, so it does help.
When did you realise you were funny?
I don't know. I think I don't know if I ever realised there was a point where I realised I was funny, but I know I realised there's a point where like I liked making people laugh.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like I think there was one time I think I did an impression of my mate outside the fountain when I was about 14, 15. And my mate was like, oh, that's really funny. Like, it's like, and then it became a thing like, do something funny.
Yeah.
But I only had that one thing. And that became not funny very quickly.
So were you doing impressions of your mate in circles that your mate wasn't involved in?
Oh, he wasn't there. Like. Yeah. You know
what I mean?
You know when you're younger and you just
Done
take
it
the
many
piss out of
times.
your
Yeah.
mate. And I had just one good impression of him. He's a lion, mate. I can't remember what he was saying. But I had everyone in stitches. And then I was like, great, I've got it. This is my thing. But then that was the only thing I had. And they go, say something funny. I just do the same thing again.
Yeah.
And then it stopped being funny. But I always knew I liked making people laugh. And
Is it like Papa's very good at it, making crowds laugh. I always wondered, is it the reaction? Is it the reaction from your words? Doesn't matter what you say. Is it the reaction from your words that you get the buzz? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you pick up on traits people have, and you just mimic them, sort of.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah, I think it's hearing that big pop.
Yeah,
of getting everyone to go at the same time.
Yeah,
that's like a big, like that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
initially is that big laugh, and like you can learn, I think, how to get that the more you do it.
Yeah,
where it seems like magic the first couple of times you see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after a while, you kind of see how it all works.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, that laugh is what, like, I'd have, like, that's an easy laugh. I can get those kind of wherever I go. And then it's like, okay, how do we get the harder ones? And how do I make them laugh at things I want to make them laugh at? Or stuff they don't think will be fun.
That's not easy, man, is it?
That's difficult.
No. It's like, it's kind of the thing that comics are known as being, like, really critical, right? But you kind of have to be. Because if you're getting, like, I can do the things like, oh, how long are you two going out, right? And this is step one.
Yeah.
You pick out a couple, they look married. How long are you two going out? Every single time, the lad will go, and all you got to do is, he doesn't even know, right? Boom, big laugh, right?
Yeah.
You can get that anywhere in the world. That's like
universal laugh.
Like step one of easy laughs, doing it all the time, right?
Yeah.
And the way it gets harder and harder and harder and harder is that maybe you get them talking about like what they do or where they're from, and you go, oh, that's a shithole, right? That's again, that's again, that's another one that's kind of like easy and stuff like that. But if you're able to like get nuggets and then wrap it around, and then like what I like to do is get a piece of information from someone, maybe where they're from, what they do, and maybe act out something
Yeah.
or something that they're holding back, and kind of play with that a little bit more and come up with a scenario on the spot. That's like, I'd say, step 3 or 4, maybe a bit more difficult. And it's some people are suited to that, some comics aren't. I like going off on a tangent or off the top of my head, and see how far I can go until there's silence.
Is that the harder version of comedy?
Yeah.
No, it depends. Like some people are like, I do jokes and I can't do that part, right? But then I can't just go, like some people do write one-liners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. It drives me mental.
Yeah.
Like trying to write one-liners. They're like, I know how they work.
Yeah.
I can see the do boom, right? But to sit down and actually write it would drive me mental.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Why would it drive you mad?
It's not
comedy for you.
I don't. I find them funny.
Yeah.
I can sit there and go, oh, that's funny. But like to actually do, that's not part of my style. Like I'm already, you can see me, I'm rambling anyway.
Yeah.
I'd be like that on stage. I ramble, and I'll if someone has a reaction to something in the crowd, I'll jump on it.
Yeah.
And I like seeing what like can come out of being in that moment, rather than it's just like all stuck to the material. Like I like to improvise a good bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I think the world's best comedians do that, right? Like I think the world's best comedians, I'll rephrase that. The best comedians can do a whole set of reaction of people.
Yeah, you can. I think not even the best. I think most comedians can, because you're there's something that happens when you're in the room. If you're in a room, a lot of the jokes are happening for the first time and the only time. They'll only work in that room. If there's a good energy in a room, you could not tell any jokes and just riff around.
Yeah, that's what
with
I mean,
people
yeah.
for like 20 minutes. And not like sometimes I'll host gigs and I won't tell any jokes. I'll just do crowd work and riff around and stuff like that. And like that I think it looks more impressive than it actually is from a comic.
Oh, really?
From a comic standpoint, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
From an audience standpoint, it's just like this. He doesn't even need to write a joke.
Yeah.
But like the nitty gritty of it is that like if you've got a hot room, like a room where everyone's up for it and everyone's kind of like focused and not too drunk, but not too sober. They've had like 1 or 2 drinks. They're up for the crack. You can ride that energy for 20 minutes without really doing too much. Like I remember one time, like I made a whole fucking room laugh. I was like, "You guys are sort of like, I'll make his laugh with a look," and I just did a spin and went, like it's stupid. The whole room just went mental. It was Valentine's night. Everyone was up for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that wasn't so much being a comic. It was more performance to the audience than it was like I'm a comedic genius. Because nothing I said was like out of this world amazing or complicated or like intelligent. It's just like being able to ride the wave a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Is there a time schedule on stage that you have? Like,
I
presume you're not going up for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
No. Like you have pretty strict, like, so generally your time slots when you start is like 5 minutes. You need to do 5 minutes on stage. And that's where that's where everyone learns to kind of the trade is in the 5 minute spot. You'll go up to 7 minutes and then you'll go up to maybe like 7 minutes, probably go up to 10, then 10 to 12, then 15s, then 20s, 25s, 30s, and then you're going into 40 minutes an hour.
Where are you, Shannon, in that?
Well, I'd say like we'll be booked quite a bit for like 20s, 25s on like so I'd be doing tour support.
So you're going up the ladder, like yeah.
But I've done my own shows as well that have been an hour 45. Like I know I've headlined, I've done half an hour 40 minutes. But like again,
have you had awkward moments where this is not happening?
Yeah, loads
dust
of
it
time.
off
all the time. I had an awkward moment. I'm writing my own show at the moment. Right, I'm working on an hour show, called Low Sugar Daddy. Right, I'm diabetic, so I'm.
Even the name is funny, isn't it?
I read that about you as well. Low Sugar Daddy.
Yeah. So, premise of the show, it's pretty simple, right? It's just me talking about diabetes, right? Now, when you're doing a work in progress, like some people will write jokes for the show or have an idea of the show. I just go, this is kind of what I'm going to go through, and I don't I work all my stuff out on stage, so I don't necessarily like will have like a lot of structured jokes before going on
bullet
stage.
points sort of.
I'll have button points, and I'm just gonna go.
Right.
I was doing a show in Kilkenny about 2 weeks ago. And so normally with a show like that, because it's all new stuff, I'll start with my older stuff so they get them on board. They're having a good time.
Yeah.
Give them at least, 15 minutes of like the professional, here's like the grade A stuff, right? So smash that out of the park. Everyone's flying. I go, all right, it's time to get into the new stuff. Now, my first joke of the new show, which I use in my club set, which normally like crushes, got absolutely nothing. Crickets.
That's
I'm like, I have another half an hour of this kind of stuff. And I was like, does anyone here know anything about diabetes? And they're like, no. And I was like, deadly. Because this is what the whole show is about. This is it. And then I just kind of, like, if you, and I just kind of went, okay, there's some stuff. I looked at like my notes. I was like, okay, there's no point doing any of if these few bits, because they're too niche and too specific. Yeah. So I got to like the main bigger bits, and I was like, I'll do those. They kind of worked. I went, okay, let's try one of the other ones. No, and I was like, okay. So you just like you become okay with the silence if it's in that kind of context where it's like this isn't like this isn't the show that's going to make or break me. I'm doing it to figure out. Will this work?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like you're
like a pilot,
you're
right?
prepared for the hit, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to get it to the point where it'll work with most people, right?
Yeah.
But like you're gonna have those awkward moments where not only does no one laugh, but no one knows what you're talking about, and people are looking at you like, is there supposed to be a reaction here?
Yeah.
The worst thing is like you go, there's the joke, and people look at you like, didn't know that's where that was going, right? And that's when you go, the first time that happens, like you just like you shit a brick. You're like, oh no. Am I allowed to swear on this, by the way?
Yes, you fucking are.
All right, that's fine. I was holding it back there for a second, but like you can the quiet bits. The first time when you start, they seem awful. The longer you're going, you can kind of contextualize what's like a bomb and what's like I'm just working on new stuff, and how does that work?
Yeah.
So I remember the first time I ever bombed, like it was I didn't go back on stage for 3 weeks, like.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was ruined me. I was in the back of the room like this after I went on stage, just like, oh god, just like cricket silence the whole lot. Bad. But like when I'm working on a show and people don't get it, I'm not like, oh, there's a good chance they won't get it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like I do a part of the show I'm doing is like a Q&A at the end, and that's where we have lots of fun and do like that's easy. You know what I mean? But that helps the rest of the show and informs you what people know. So that was the last time it got a bit awkward on stage.
Yeah.
I kind of understand it. Like our last live show, me and Papa had an open segment planned, and
for 10 minutes, was it?
Yeah, no, the last one a few weeks ago, right? And it was comedic.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a comedic bit. It was about maybe 90 seconds, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Comedic bit. And I was thinking, Pop, this is gold. We're in here. Right? Bombed.
Yeah.
Like, and I couldn't get my head around it.
Yeah.
I was looking at him
because
what are we doing? Do you know what it's like?
It was a paragraph.
Yeah.
It was like an introduction.
And
he was going to say something, and I was going to trigger off that.
Right.
He didn't spot the person in the crowd. He forgot, and I'm like, what the fuck do I say now?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it. Sometimes.
Anyway, let's go into the show.
but sometimes, like, you can over prepare.
100% that's what happened.
Like, if you go, we do this, and because you go, I think this is the thing where I've learned a lot of times when something falls flat or bombs, is that in your head you have all the context of why that's funny.
Yeah.
As in, you go, we'll
it's
say this, and everyone will know that this is happening and this is happening. But the problem is, the audience, for a lot of the time, you've got to train them into where you're going and what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you're just going, like, I've done this with shitloads of jokes, and I'm like, this is gonna kill.
Yeah,
right?
it's gold.
And I turn up, and it's about fucking, I don't know, Protestants keeping toasters in the oven, and the audience is like all American.
yeah.
And I haven't a fucking clue.
They have a clue.
Do you know, they haven't a clue.
And that's comedy. Like that. But that's comedy gold, that Protestant thing.
Yeah, but like, and that's the thing is, like, I use that because it's a simple example, but like, it's something that all Irish people know, right?
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is. But like, if you get an audience there that haven't a clue about anything, like I do a joke about like how in the 90s, like, you remember your dad used to take you to the dump and you could just run around, like, do you know? But for people in the States, a lot of people run, like, if they're born younger. They're younger now. They have never been. They never had.
Dump. Yeah.
You know, Mad Max Day out at the dump when you're out. Like, get that. Go climb up there. See that washing machine? That's grand. Do you know what I mean?
Get the copper or whatever. Get down here, please.
Exactly. Yeah. When we Dad used to go to the dump with the fucking trailer and come back with more things than we left off. Like, but it was like that. But like, you remember, like, that's only for a certain. That's a real
certain demographic.
It's a real specific kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what sometimes I think. You already have the context built in your head of you have all your references. But when you have an audience, they're not in your head sometimes. Obviously, they're not in your
100%.
head.
100%. I understand you.
But also, like, you've got to get that audience, whatever side they are, to become almost like one person rather than like 90, 100 people or 60 people. You kind of have to get them all going on the same route.
But it's what I found as well doing that, and we're not comparable in any way.
No.
Right? You always get the pop where someone's late. Welcome, lads. Have a seat there.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, ah! Like that. Do you know? Like,
again, but that's the same as the husband-wife thing.
Yeah.
That's like almost like a universal thing.
Yeah.
Of like, because people have seen other comics doing it.
Yeah.
Or other things like that. They know
it's brilliant.
It's funny.
Yeah.
This is what, you know, and you're like, oh, he just said that.
Yeah.
You know, but that is the thing. It's those things, like those things you can learn, and they're like tools you can have as a comic. Those kind of things when things are going really south, you'd be like, how long have you, like, you can see it sometimes when it's going like that, and sometimes that's a good thing.
You're looking at a couple, they don't match. He's
horror.
She's not with him.
And sometimes it's like saying that. Saying it, and you'll get great. And if they're good, this is the thing. If they're good fun, you will get so much out of it.
Yeah.
See, your man has a whole tour on it.
Paul Smith. Brilliant at
Yeah.
His whole tour.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever heard him tell a joke.
No.
I have heard.
He absolutely slaughters them in the front row.
I've heard his actual hour, like the material isn't great.
Really?
I've heard it. I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Well, he's that well known when he's going to shows. Lads are pretending to be deaf. Do you see that one? He's like, "What's your name?" Your man's like,
I've got.
And you're not deaf.
Yeah.
Man being pushed in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's brilliant at that.
Yeah,
like I like when I say that, like, I heard his actual. No, I haven't watched it, so I don't know. But I've just heard a few people talking about it. It's not that great.
No, I've never heard him told an actual joke.
Wait,
never.
This is the thing as well with comics. They won't, for a lot of them, won't put up their material online anymore because then people won't come to the live shows.
Makes
like
sense, right?
That's the thing, is like, you put up, that's why there's so much crowd work stuff online. It's because you can just get rid of that and put it out, and then you don't have to burn your material.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
And that's kind of like that's what Instagram has kind of pushed a lot of the crowd, like that Matt Rife guy who just did crowd work and became like, it was selling out like, I don't know, 100-seat arenas over the States. It's all crowd work. But his material, like, you would never see it until it got sold to like Netflix or Prime or one of those. So that's kind of like the industry, the way it goes now. If you start selling off your material, people aren't going to come to the shows, or if they see it on the special, they're like, oh, sure, I've already seen this.
Seen it,
you know.
Yeah. That's where it's gone, though, right? It's gone from. No, I know the top ones still sell out big arenas and all that, but it's kind of gone to, I'm hanging in there to get the Netflix special, or do you know what I mean?
I actually think it depends on, like, so when I look at comedy, look at, like, so the States is like so far ahead of everywhere else in terms of like where the industry is, right? So the States, even now, there's comics over there that will be like, I don't even care if I get the Netflix special because the money isn't that good.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you're Dave Chappelle, you're getting, I don't know.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, 50 million for like
Kevin Hart one.
Exactly, yeah. But for the most of them, the Netflix special actually doesn't really do much for their career other than it has a credit that they've been on Netflix.
Okay.
Because they'll get lost in the algorithm on Netflix. What a lot of them are doing now is they're producing their own special and then putting it out on YouTube for free, and then clipping it all up. If and the clips get the view, the specials get the view, what happens is then they can sell tours out on the road.
Off the back of it.
So they're putting 50 grand in to shoot a special. Then tour the bollocks out of it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully get the bigger deals out of that. The actual I don't think anyone's going to say no to one of those specials, but like that's kind of the model.
Okay.
It's kind of gone. It's similar now in the UK. And like you'll see some of the Irish comics. Do you know? Have you heard of Mike Rice? He's from Kilkenny.
Yeah.
Mike is like just did that recently. He just put out a special on his own YouTube page, which did really, 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 really well. And Mike is another he's an amazing comic. Like he's going to be huge.
Big.
He's already big now, but he's going to be even bigger. But he's doing it. He goes like shoots a special, get it properly recorded, and then puts it out on his YouTube for free, and then sells out. Like he's doing a set in Kilkenny in March. Yeah, he's like touring Ireland, touring the UK.
Wow.
Oh yeah. He's he was he's been at Electric Picnic for years, but the model there with a lot of younger comics now in the UK is following that model of like get the special, shoot the special, put it out for free,
go viral,
and then build your fan base more so than like. Go on viral. Like you can go viral because I mates have had stuff like that that's gone like 2-3 million views and it's done fuck all for them.
Right.
Because if you don't keep them, it's worth nothing. With this, they have to put the money down first, and it's harder. But if you get the fans in the long run, you can build a tour off that. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
That's where the main money is. Like because like comedies, you're a one man band basically.
It's lonely, right?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it?
I remember waking up once I did a gig in Galway, and then I woke up in a hotel and I had to go to a gig in Cork, and I was like, I understand why comedians fucking kill themselves. It's like this is awful. It's just fucking rotten sometimes.
It's just hotel room to hotel room.
It can be if you've been fucking money for that, not anymore, I'll tell you that much. But like it can get lonely if you're on the road a lot. I don't be on the road to that extent where it's like I wouldn't say in Ireland especially there's that many comics who are on the road all the time, unless you're big and doing a big tour.
Right.
Because there isn't really a circuit there. You've got like, if you're doing like a club run, you could just do all of them in Dublin.
Yeah.
You've got one in Galway. You've got two in Cork.
One in Kilkenny, right?
One in Kilkenny. But like even that, like I go run the one in Kilkenny, and I wouldn't consider that like I think that this is going to sound weird. I only really think there's two actual comedy clubs in Ireland. And what I mean is that like there's the City Limits in Cork, so that's only a comedy venue. That runs I think only from like a Thursday to a Saturday.
Just comedy acts only.
Just nothing else.
Open mic, or how does that work?
No, it's just club nights.
Right,
I think they might have like newer nights, but it's like that. And in the Laughter Lounge, which does like 3 nights, I think it's only down to like 1 weekend a month now.
Right.
But that's like they're dedicated comedy clubs. The rest, so like the International, which is probably the most famous club in Ireland. That's been going for 26 years. But if the bar, like that's in the International bar, it's upstairs in the International. It's about 75 people can fit in there. If that bar sells, that club's gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that, to me, I don't I call that a club, but
it's not the foundation of it isn't comedy.
In industry terms, I'd say Ireland has 2 comedy clubs.
Yeah.
And like you've places, clubs maybe paying a rent to where they're like a room fee or whatever. But like in terms of dedicated buildings, we don't have those.
Right.
2.
Take me back, Shannon, to the push to actually go on, to get yourself to go on stage. Take me right back. How did it come about? So you're funny. There's no doubt about it. Where is the motivation coming from to get you on the stage?
Okay, so I'll tell you about how I got on stage. I have always kind of been interested in doing comedy for like a long time. Always, like, again, it comes from the love of watching stand up and stuff like that. Like, I remember you guys remember video stores. Yeah. The first time I saw stand up like properly, I was about 5 or 6, and parents were like, you can rent any video in the video store, and I was like, grand. And I just got the one with Eddie Murphy on, because from Beverly Hills.
Raw, hilarious.
Raw. I saw that when I was 6. Wow. And I was like, this is the best thing. My parents came in the room and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is deadly. Yeah. I mean, I was like, you like him, so you showed me Richard Pryor and George Carlin and all those. Richard Pryor. Yeah. So like, from a young age, I was like, whatever this is, I don't even know what it is, but it's deadly, right? And that continued throughout my whole life. And I remember, this sounds really petty, but I used to live in London. Like, I moved back to London in like 2011 when the world was on fire. Remember when the old financial crash was happening? Yeah. So I was in London. I was on fire. No, I was like, it was in bits, like
it was like a box of Lego.
Do you know my graduation speech from the fucking the dean or whatever in Carlow IT was like, hey, look, things here not great, right? Things here not great. Your degree is good anywhere in Europe. Go. That's what we're all graduating. He was just like, just leave, just get out,
please.
Go. These are good everywhere.
Michael O'Leary is in the car park taking buckets personally.
Taking buckets right now. Like that's what our lecturer, that's what the dean was saying at the time. Was just get out of the country. And I was like, okay. And I went to London, and I was real green. I was like 22 at the time. Really, really, really green when I went over there. I was that green, you know, like for job interviews, right? You print out a CV. I brought my actual fucking degree.
Frame it up.
No, I didn't have it. I didn't have the money for a frame. The country was on fire, like. But I brought the actual. I was like, they might ask for it. I had it,
just
like,
in case.
I had a little briefcase, not a briefcase, one of those fucking man bags, and I had my degree. I don't know where it is now, but I used to have it just in case they asked, and it wasn't. It was a 2-2, lad. It was a 2-2.
Listen, can you picture customs? I need to declare. Actually, I have a degree. What about this?
Yeah, degree in communications. Like, can you talk? Yeah, I can't fucking learn though. Right, I'm doing my best here. I was interviewing for a lot of shit jobs, a lot of sales, like 100% commission jobs, right?
Yeah.
And I remember being in one, and it was selling like fucking hairdressing products to different hairdressers, right? And look, it was bad, right? Things weren't going great. And I sat down.
Dax wax salesman.
Huh?
A Dax wax salesman.
It might, but it wasn't even that. Like, it wasn't even going to like different companies. It was going in to just try and get the staff to book. I can't even remember. Anyway, but I remember the person interviewing me was like, yeah, I'm really funny. I always thought I want to be a comedian. And I was like, you'll fucking never be a comedian. I'll show you. Anyway, fast forward about 10 years. I just remember getting this real like thing in my head. It was like, I bet you'll never try and do it, right? But I will. And then I told a friend of mine, like, that like, and he'd done some stuff like spoken word stuff. I think maybe tried a couple of open mics. He's like, tell you what we'll do. We'll go around to the open mics in Dublin. I was living in Dublin at the time, and just see what it's like. So we went into one of the the Halfpenny Inn.
Yeah.
So they did a comedy night. It's like legendary. Like it's been going for
loads. All over lads. I know a lad I used to work with. I used to go to the open night at the odd time.
Yeah. Awful night.
Yeah, it's meant to be. It's meant to be grim. Like, it's meant to be tough. To do with. Like,
it's awful. A couple of mates of mine ran it for like 2 years. Okay. And that's when it got better, but it was still so fucking hard. Because you're flying people.
Yeah.
They have no notion, no interests of going to see comedy. Like, one night we had low on numbers, so we let in a lot of like Danish 15-year-olds. They hadn't a fucking lick of English or nothing. And we're like telling them to shh at the back of the room. They're like, why are we here?
Yeah. Listen.
I'm talking about fucking Protestants leaving their toasts in the trunk. Shut up. I know you're not supposed to be here. No, you don't have a legal guardian, right? Yeah. This is the joke, by the way. But it was tough. But anyway, we went and watched like a couple of the open mics just to see what it was like. And you were like, oh, this is pretty grim. I could be that bad in front of 10 people. Do you know what I mean? Like, to get a sense of like what the pressure was.
Yeah.
You go see how bad it could be or how good it could be. Like, it's 5 minutes in front of 7 or 8 people. If you get 1 or 2 laughs, you're doing great.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of research I did.
Yeah.
And then I met. This is a funny story. So the first open mic I went to, I met a guy and I was like, I recognize him like
Looks familiar.
really familiar. And I was like, do you know Shane Brennan? And he's like, yeah, he's my brother. And I was like, oh fuck. He's like, so I lived in Loughnbridge, just outside the village, and this guy lived, I'd say, 4 minutes away from my house. And we'd never met. I knew his older brother,
Right.
but never knew never knew he existed. His dad's my mechanic, like has been my family mechanic for like 10 years or whatever. And I was like, oh, it's like, you do comedy? He's like, yeah. He's like, you're from Loughlin too. He's like, yeah. And we just became friends like through that. And I never did comedy. I never started here. And then ended up that when I was traveling around Asia, Jason was also traveling around Asia. And I was like, oh, do you want to meet? I think we met in an island in Cambodia. And that's the first time, like, after we met him at the open mic, this like the second time I met him. So we're just having a few beers, whatever. And then there was there was a UFC fight on. It was McGregor versus what's his name? Khabib.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this started at 6 o'clock in the morning, Cambodia time. So we went over there, started drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning, and probably drinking for about 12 hours. And then the owner of the bar was like, what do you guys do? And I was like, see him, he's a comedian. You a comedian? I'm like, yeah, I'm also a comedian. I'm a comedian, don't even worry about it. I do comedy all the time. He's like, do you want to do a gig here? I'm like, yeah. Tomorrow night? I'm like, absolutely.
In Cambodia.
Yeah. So then me and Jason the next day are dying on the beach, right? And your man walks by, he's like, y'all good for tonight? And Jason's like, good for what? I'm like, oh, by the way, we're doing a gig tonight in the sports bar. And he's like, yeah? He's like, have you done comedy before? I'm like, absolutely not, no. He's like, but I'll do 5 minutes. I've been threatening to do it for like a while. And you do 10, and you go back and do another 10 after me. And then, like, we get there. We were the only two in the bar, like. And we just started drinking. And he's like, whenever people turn up, no, I don't think they told people there was going to be a gig. But it's one of these bars that people just turn up at.
Yeah.
And I think there's maybe about 15 people in the bar. And we're like, all right, we'll go. There's no microphone, like no spotlight, none. I'm like, this is deadly. Don't even need a microphone, right?
Yeah.
Jason goes up, just 10 minutes. Very funny. I get up, supposed to do 5 minutes. I do about 12 minutes, right? I get maybe 4 or 5 laughs. In my head, I've crushed it.
Oh, you've conquered the world.
I've conquered the world.
Yeah.
Now, half the audience spoke English. The other half were on MDMA. So I don't know. I was just other people looking at me going, I'm like, yeah, killing it, right? Living my dream. Jason goes up and does another 10.
Oh, man.
I was on cloud 9. I sent the video to everyone. Like, I still have it somewhere. And like, some people just went, oh, you did it. No one said it was funny. Like, you did it. So that's the first time I got up on stage. And then after that, when I got to New Zealand, there was a proper scene in where the town, the city I lived in Wellington. And there was like proper like open mics, and so I got into doing the open mics there, and you could do like 2 or 3 gigs a week.
So completely impromptu comedian, like. No, well, do you know what I mean?
So hard, man, to just do that.
You obviously had a love for it, right?
Yeah, I did.
But you'd no material around going in Cambodia.
I thought I did.
Oh, right, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I had stuff I had been writing.
Right, okay.
So I had like a rough kind of like
a draft of something.
I think I actually used one of the bits like a year ago in a show I was doing because I just wrote it properly, basically.
Yeah.
But it was a story. Like, this is the thing, when you start comedy, a lot of people their first time will just tell funny stories.
Yeah.
And that's generally enough to get you through. If you have a bit of, because I'd been on stage before, so I had a bit of a presence and knew how to like engage an audience a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't up there going, and you know, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
I've done that previously since. I've done that since, but like, so that was the first time I went on stage. Well, if it wasn't even a stage, it was just a different part of the bar behind the pool table. That was about it.
And tell me about the award then, New Zealand.
I won was it best newcomer of the lower North Island, which gets less prestigious the more I name about the award. Best newcomer, amazing.
The more you geographically
it's really the more specific you get about my career, the less good it sounds. But it was like it was voted by members of the New Zealand Comedy Guild. So I at the time it was just after COVID. And I met a comic, a Scottish comic. A lot of comics had got stuck in New Zealand because of COVID, so they couldn't leave.
Right.
So they're like, okay, we need to make money. So they just toured New Zealand. So we did an Irish and Scottish, an Irish and Scottish show because booze, bombs, and haggis. And it was just like you hitting all the expats, all the Irish and Scottish expats, all around New Zealand. And I was just going with them, doing like hosting, doing 10-20 minutes while the pros were doing the big time.
Yeah.
But we did that like in so many different little spots in New Zealand, like where I got to know a lot of the other comics. I was gigging quite a lot, doing loads of shows. So I think I was funny, but also I knew a lot of people who had a vote, if that makes sense.
Okay. You had networked very well.
Yeah, I've been on the road.
Yeah.
That's when I was on the road a lot back then. Because
sorry to cut across you. Is that the only way? Forget about the viral thing. Is that the apprenticeship?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, like in comedy, if you're starting out, if you can drive, you're ahead of like 80% of the competition. You have to be funny. You can be on stage for 10 minutes.
Yeah. If you can put diesel in your car.
If you can put diesel in your car and get to somewhere on time and then be on stage for 10 minutes and not absolutely torpedo the show, you'll get a lot of work.
Right.
Because like a lot of comics don't drive.
Really? Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
I know. Because I live in Dublin, they don't need to drive.
Yeah, I suppose.
But like a lot of comics don't drive, especially younger comics don't drive. And if you're able to drive and you're able to do like, if you can just hold your shit together when you're starting out for 10, 15 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, it's so hard for 10 minutes.
I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I think I'd be terrible at it.
Yeah, you'd be brutal at it.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that.
Come on, I'll show you.
Actually, while you're there, you wouldn't be good either.
Just
while you're there.
I don't want to do it though.
No, you do. You told me outside you do. See? There's a laugh.
I'll get you to open for me.
No. I don't think I'd have the guts to do it, but I just something
why not though?
I'd probably get
Shannon, we ask the questions around here.
Yeah.
I'm sick of saying this every week, and I'm only joking. I don't know. I don't think I have the presence to hold the crowd.
Well, you won't the first time.
That's what would upset me, though.
Yeah, but everyone goes. I think there is a kind of X factorification of a lot of this stuff now, where people are like, so I go up to like I've seen it with comics as well, where they go, I'm going up to Dublin, where it all happens. Where everyone's career gets made. And they get into the room, there's 7 people there, and they go, I thought this was the big city.
Yeah.
And they go, look, a big city can still have a shit night, right? You know what I mean? Your best clubs in the world can have an awful night sometimes. It's that, like, there's very few people that like you just like you hit a rising star.
Yeah, you're in. You won the lottery. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that is so rare.
Yeah.
There's a few people like that. Like Kyla Cobbler is an example of that. She like has exploded over the last say 2.5 years. I remember hearing about her when I was gigging in Barcelona a couple of years ago. And like Kyla is fucking deadly. She'd been doing comedy 6 months, and I saw her on stage, and there was maybe about 25 people there, and she's like, she has got like a great presence for someone who's doing it like 6 months. Very funny as well, right?
Yeah.
And then literally she just, from there to now, she's become like, it's been meteoric, but like she's always had that like personality, but that like she's fucking hilarious as well.
Yeah.
She's put in the work, but like a story like hers, where she's getting booked in South Africa. She's selling out the Olympia 2
Wow.
nights in a row.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, like sold out to every man in Cork. Like it with I think it's 500-600 people doing stand up 2 years.
Wow.
Like that story itself is like
It's rare.
it's insanely rare. Like
Yeah.
so, but like she deserves every bit. She is as sound and as hilarious. She like that's the people you want to see get.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
But they're so rare. I do think that people goes like the thing about comedy is that for most people, and even for like even more people, it's a long game. It's a really long. I've been doing it 7 years now,
Wow.
and like I'm still not at a point where I'm like I know this is like it never stops to a point where you go I'm at the best or like. You can't hit the top.
Yeah, yeah.
You keep improving all of the time. You find new things happen all of the time, and for a lot of time, nothing's happening. Like you peak, you plateau, you peak, you plateau. Sometimes you can drop, you go back up again. It's like a constant kind of thing like that. And
That's
I think,
hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah,
I do you know what? There's so much going on in my mind. What you're talking about there, like you can never be satisfied, right?
Oh fuck no.
Like you can never. Like you could go to Scraggs,
Yeah,
75 in it,
yeah,
unbelievable gig,
yeah.
and you might leave thinking it's actually not good enough.
Well, no, I might be happy with it for about 5 minutes,
Yeah, okay.
and then I'm like, when's the next? Like, what's the next thing?
What's the next thing?
Because I think that's part of like there's part of being like an artist or a performer. Like I remember I had a gig recently and it didn't go great. It didn't go badly, but there's a couple of mistakes I made that like I was furious with, like proper like teenage furious, like punching walls on the way. I was like, oh, fuck, like I don't do that, like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't have that kind of thing in me. But I was like, I like hit my fist off the wall. I was like, for fuck's sake. And I just came out and like that was like a fucking briar. Like my sister was there watching. She came up to watch me and she was chatting to someone in the audience. They're like, "You were great." I'm like, I was shy.
Stop lying to me.
No, it wasn't even that. I know you think I was good because you don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Do you know? Like
Yeah.
And I don't know. It sounds a bit fucking.
No, but you're a kind of professional.
But
here.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you were great. I'm like, no, I should be better than what I was.
Yeah.
And that's the part. Even if you have a great night, there could be the odd one or two small things that will eat away at you.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
That's in life in general.
it is, yeah.
How
Yeah.
does? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'd often like things like that. Should I could have done that better? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have made that decision instead of that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
That's just in life.
I-
But in your circle, it's very, very hard.
Yeah.
I think it's
Very, very hard. It's ultra penal, say.
I think it's because we always think we have like we're always looking at the next there's always a next thing to go up to, and every time something doesn't go exactly right, you feel like fuck, I've dropped back down again.
Yeah.
Because it's again
Snakes and ladders, isn't it?
it really is, yeah. And I think also as well is like you get wrapped up in like being a little bit competitive, like with other comics.
Yeah, of course.
And
yeah.
you see someone doing something and you're like, they're shy. I've done it with me. Like, my mate will get something. Like, how'd you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why'd you get that? Why didn't I get that?
Yeah.
And you go, I never even wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But why wasn't I asked? It's, you know what I mean? I mean, it's stuff. I saw someone like doing stuff and I was like, why did you get that? Why did she get that?
But is that not fear as well, though, Shannon? Is that not a sense of fear where you're like, how are they jumping ahead of me there now?
Oh, yeah. No, of course.
You
Yeah.
know,
No, you're not
like,
gonna,
am I going the wrong direction here, or what's happening? Like,
yeah.
What's he doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah.
And then you go, of course. You play so many mind games with yourself. Like,
Yeah.
you
Head
do.
wrecking.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your head's been
I'm
wrecked.
just standing
sometimes.
there with a bat with the wire. Like, no, that famous bat I have with the wire. You better laugh.
Yeah.
You better fucking laugh.
I saw someone literally
Yeah.
do that in Limerick once with a hurl. He came out with a Limerick jersey and a hurl and just screamed at the audience for 15 minutes. And I was like, why did no one laugh? I'm like, 'cause they're terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell a story. He just came up with a hurl. Rah, 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 and, yeah.
Tell me this: how does you've done gigs all over the world?
Mm-hmm.
How does comedy travel, specifically your jokes?
Again, it depends. Look, I think because it's one of the good things about the internet that everyone there's quite a lot of global understanding at the moment, right? So As long as you don't have anything that's too specific, unless you're referencing the fountain in Carlow,
Great
right?
Cullen Bridge.
Exactly.
Deadly, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. And if you have like general jokes, or not even general, but just, I think comedy travels quite well.
Right.
The thing that I've found that you need to change is the pacing when I talk. If I'm in, like, say, Germany or
your tempo, like
your tempo needs to change a little bit, and your rhythm needs to change maybe slightly to get people kind of into what you're trying, or also like not panicking if your first one or two jokes don't like hit, because they're getting used to how you sound and how you act, and sometimes it can be in your own head. You go, oh, they won't get it, but they do.
But in your head, are you thinking these should be instant here?
If it's my first time in a new country, in a new city, I'm just seeing what works. I'm not going out there going, I'm going to smash it, because you're fact finding at that point.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this bucket of water and it's going to find its own level eventually.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
You don't. That's how I look at it. Because you don't. I generally don't go to a city to do like one show. I'll have a bunch booked, so I'll get an idea of like, okay, how does this work here? Yeah.
And is a specific Irish humour? Do you get me? Like, does Irish humour hit the same here as anywhere else, or is it? Because I think it's, as you said, it's pretty universal, isn't it?
From my experience, I think, look, Irish humour doesn't work in some parts of fucking Ireland, like. To be honest, like
where does it not work?
Fucking Ennis.
Shout out Ennis.
No, Ennis is, no.
Oh,
There's a different. I was doing a gig there, and like it was opening for a comic, Stephen Mullen, and we were told it was sold out. So you're like, deadly,
nice,
unreal.
Man.
And I walk out. I was opening. I walk out, and the first two front rows were empty. And I was just panicked. I was like, fuck. And those recycled paper bottles of water.
Yeah.
Man, I was struggling for 10 minutes trying to open them, and my mouth was dry.
Cartons of water.
I was just like, and the thing is, I just fucking passed. I was just like, and I had some really dark closers at the time, and I had not earned them. And I was like, I have nothing else to close with, so you're getting these, and they were just like. And I was like, hi, Stephen, they're nice and warmed up for you, baby. They hate me. They're going to love you.
They are hot, man. They are on fire.
They are angry. They are not happy.
I actually never thought of that when you're opening. Like, is there more pressure on you opening because you're kind of thinking, I have to get these to a level where they know what's coming? Do you know what I mean?
Is it always just one comic before the main one?
If it's a tour, one comic generally.
So there's an opener,
just an opener, and then the main man. An opener. Sometimes there's a break, like 5 minutes. Everyone goes to the bar, and then I'd bring on the guy doing his hour, his tour show.
Right.
So you're doing 20 minutes as a warm up, and you generally can't do crowd work, so you're just doing material.
And do big guys bring their own like all the time?
Yeah.
Touring with them, say, as an opener.
See, this is the thing. Unless sometimes if you're in Dublin, because a lot of them come from there, you'll drive out with them. But like, because obviously I'm in Carlow, I'll just drive to meet them at the venue.
Yeah, but I just like, because there are many people that say, I'm going to Cork. Who's the local? Who's the funny guy in Cork?
You'll get.
I'm going to Galway. Who's the guy in Galway? As an opener. Give the local as a chance as well.
You'll get that. You will get that. You will get that in some spots. Some comics will have, say, like, I know Neil Delamere has, like, say, like 4 or 5. Like, these are his go-to comics for opening.
Is he still going, Delamere?
No, never stops.
Because he's like, I wanted to ask you this, like, the early 2000s, there was a wave of Irish comedy.
Yeah.
Like, we went past the Brendan O'Connells and Brendan Graces to Tommy Tiernan's, Des Bishop's, Neil Delamere, Andrew Maxwell,
Ed Byrne.
Like, there was... They actually all made, like, they all forged savage careers over it.
Yeah. They're all still going.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember, Oh, Colin Murphy.
Colin Murphy, the Nordy, he used to be
Blizzard of
on
Odd.
Don't
Do you remember
Feed
that
the
show?
Gauntlets.
He had a really weird show on RTE late at night, Blizzard of Odd.
Yeah, I remember
It was fucking unreal.
Brilliant.
It was like a YouTube compilation show before they existed.
Yeah, it was
like,
brilliant, yeah.
It was the first time I ever saw the Irish Kung Fu movie that was made in 1996.
Fatal.
Fatal, whatever it was. It was
It's
just...
Mikey Byrne from Boyzone is in it. The worst. It's worse than The Room.
Yeah,
It's worse than The Room.
It's shocking. But this
Fatal
is...
Deviation.
Fatal Deviation is... But this is where, like, you had comics giving money to make their own shows.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the shit you got. Like, Conor, he's still going. Like, he's gigging all around all the time. A lot of these comics don't stop. Andrew Maxwell brought a show.
I've seen Landro live. He's very good.
He's brilliant.
Andrew
yeah.
Maxwell's very good, yeah.
But I agree with you. Like, I think I know where you're making is like, that at the time, there was a platform for comics to be funny, but get known.
Yeah.
Right? That does not exist in the form of an industry thing like RT anymore.
Yeah. It's a shame, isn't it, really?
It is, because there's so many, like, I used to run a club in Scrags, right? And you'd book people and everyone would be like, I don't know who that person is, right? As in, like, the general population wouldn't have a fucking clue who they are. But I know these guys have been doing it for 7, 8, women as well, been doing it 8 years. And they can blow the arse out of this room 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And people go in there going, this is what I love about, like, small town gigs with people where they don't know, like, the comedy hasn't been there before. There's this reservation goes, I bet you it's going to be shy.
Yeah.
Because they don't know anyone.
Yeah.
And if you can, but there's comics out there who've been doing it for so long that are amazing, that can destroy rooms like 300-400 people. And I'd say like there's 100 in Ireland at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's no platform for them to be showcased on a national level. Yeah. Like that show.
Like I think back to that time, they had panel shows.
The panel show.
Like they had loads of panel.
Yeah.
Like they're big in England. Like Darragh O'Brien does the
Mock the Week.
Is that still going? Mock the Week.
I think that might have finished.
8 or 10 cats do countdown. Whose line is it anyway? Like
8 or 10 cats is brilliant. Sean Lock was on there.
Yeah.
But that's a savage platform for up and coming comedians. Like
We used to sit in the back of Scraggs years ago and watch the film Top Secret. Have you ever seen that film? I think Val Kilmer's in it. Like, it was dry comedy. Like, you'd be like, just look at, hey man is in the army's looking through binoculars.
Yeah.
And watching you see the cows. Next thing the cow steps over the shape of the binoculars. I'd be pissed and laughing at him. What are you laughing at? Yeah. I said, you not see the cows? It's just small things like that. Brilliant always.
Yeah. No, it's a shame it's gone, because there's clearly is a new wave of comedians now.
Yeah.
Like I kind of see them on TikTok. Emma Dorn.
Emma Dorn's huge. Yeah.
Chris Kent, we talk about yourself. Like, there's a wave of comedians there that are...
Look, don't be putting me in the same breath as Emma Dorn.
Come on, you want to
But Joe Wilkinson on 8 or 10 cats is absolutely hilarious.
But he has a different kind of style.
He's
like Kaufman.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, England has that like alternative like character comedy that Ireland doesn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
So we don't have, there's very few I think there's like 2 in Ireland who are character comedies.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of that in the UK. Like, we also don't have the culture of, we have the culture of funny people in Ireland, but we don't have the culture of comedy, of going to it in Ireland.
Yeah.
I was talking to a mate of mine in New Zealand. Now, he's from Middlesbrough. He was older than me. I think he's in around his mid-40s, say. But he said when he was younger, like 8 or 9, in the workman clubs all over the UK, they'd have a comic on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, we think it's like I to have a comedy club or a comedy night in any town in Ireland is outside of Dublin. Like, there's a good few around, but it's rare enough. If you think like 30 years ago, there was lads touring the workman clubs in the UK.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah.
You don't have that culture here where you can there's not necessarily like there's not a circuit here.
Yeah.
So like the thing with the RT was great because you remember Just for Laughs as well.
Yeah,
all of
that's
that.
brilliant. Yeah,
it was brilliant. And that's probably one of the reasons I got into it as well.
Yeah,
but I think we could just go, oh, we're funny. You'll be funny if you get on stage. But you generally can't find too many places unless you're up in Dublin.
to put yourself out there.
To put yourself out there, it's one of the reasons it took me so long to start, because I didn't know how to start.
Was Scraggs not a success?
It wasn't that it wasn't a success. It's just that, like, if you're running a show and trying to like do stuff yourself as well,
Yeah,
I was just like, I couldn't keep both going at the same time. Like I will co-host something and co-run it, but to run the club by itself, I'm not like I do producing in my day job.
Yeah.
But like for it to be comedy, to have both of those things going on at the same time, I lose my mind because I'm very particular about how I run shit.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
And it's just it got too much for me to try and be like, so you like as a comic, you're your own manager, your own booking agent, your own fucking, you do all your own admin,
your own taxes and
you have to, you have to write your jokes, and you have to worry about some fucking, someone's like, oh, I can't make it, I got a flat tire. I'm like, oh, I had someone once message me, the gig was on a Friday, it's a Tuesday, like, I have a flat tire, I won't make it on Friday. I'm like, just tell me you don't want to do the gig. Like,
I have a flat tire on Tuesday.
Let's send me a picture of a flat tire on a Tuesday. I'm like, it's Friday. The gig's not for 3 days. Like,
what you live in 1932?
But that's exactly like. So I was just like, I can't be dealing with that shit. It was one of those things more so than that.
Is Kilkenny have the cat laughs, right?
Yeah,
big success.
Mm-hmm.
Is there space for like a Timu version here in Carlow?
Yeah, I was actually
question
thinking,
that is.
yeah,
Is there?
there is, but like again, a Timu version is right. You would, I think, there is space for it. You'd have to be very careful about trying to replicate what you do in Kilkenny.
I don't think it could.
As in, like, and I think you're right. Like, you'd have to be like, okay, we do. Maybe do like, because the Cat Laughs is what, a weekend or something like that, isn't it?
It's a bank holiday weekend.
Bank holiday
right?
weekend,
It's
and
Friday,
there's
Saturday,
about
Sunday.
15 gigs set.
Per night.
No, there wouldn't be per night. No,
There's a few on.
there's
each
about
night, though,
3.
right?
I think there's 4. I think there's 4 each night.
Okay.
Oh, is there? All right.
4 or 5.
I knew.
Four or 5 each night.
Yeah.
And like each of the venue sizes range from 80 up to 450.
Yeah.
Right now, if you were to try and replicate that in Carlow, I think you could have maybe 4 to 5 gigs all together.
Yeah, that's what
in that weekend.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you can have one big one. And that big one, I don't know if you could do the visual at the end of it with all the names, and then could do like 3 with like 80, 60, 70. I don't know if there would be the appetite for over 1,000 people over the weekend to go see comedy the whole way through.
I think, well, I have the name for it already anyway, right? The 4 Lakes Laughter weekend, right?
Okay.
So, just saying. It's
Well,
going
that
to
needs a bit of
down.
work.
Yeah, 4 Lakes Laughter. That's brilliant. That works brilliant. Brilliant. 4 Lakes, Carlock. I think you'd have to do like 1 gig of a Thursday, 1 gig of a Friday, 1 gig of a Friday, 1 gig of a Saturday.
Yeah.
For maybe like 2 years. Just to see how it hits. And then
Decide.
You look, you can do, like, it's 100% possible, but I think it's like, I think you'd have to start quite small, and you'd have to, if you're trying to go, you know, look, obviously you're not trying to emulate it, but like there's for I think the size of Carlow, and for how like if you want to have back to back gigs of that kind of style, I don't know if there's the appetite for it. Honestly,
even if it was called the Bagnallstown Banter Festival. Imagine that. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Were you working at that, bud?
Yeah, I was. I work every day. No, I think, it's just that my mind is mental, Shannon, and I think there should be an appetite for it. So
I don't disagree with you. I don't think there is, but like, having run loads of gigs, and I work with the arts festival as well. I know what like what the buying habits and the tickets habits, and like, to a certain degree, like, I worked for the Kilkenny Arts Festival as well, so I've like fairly good reach between the different different demographics.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
and I think that you could do a small festival here, but if you try and if you're going for 4 nights in a row of comedy, I think that's a hard sell. I think it's a hard sell. But I think a festival like that could work. But I will literally do 4 gigs. I do like an early gig, and then do a late one, like do like a 6 o'clock one.
Yeah.
And do a 9 o'clock one. Do a 6 o'clock one. Do a 9 o'clock one.
Yeah.
Boom. That's your festival.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That I think that could work. I think if you're trying to, you get the names, no problem. You get them down.
I just think that the town at the minute is I remember hearing stories from my mother and family telling me about the bands in Carlow in the mid-70s and 80s.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It was like the place.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like there's stories of U2 being kicked over Archies.
Yeah.
And I just think at the
Meatloaf
minute,
playing in the youth centre.
I just think,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Honestly,
I know.
yeah. Status quo.
yeah, I just think at the minute, it has no identity like that.
It doesn't.
No, I know it has the Arts Fest. I'm not trying to knock the
No,
work that people are doing.
no. But even with that, it does. Look. I'll be first one to say there isn't there is an identity like that. It lacks at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
Across the board, I think most things at the moment. Because I remember, I used to be I used to hang around with the boys in the Vagabonds back in the day. Right, I remember where they all started in Cafe Fermenti on Dublin Street. So there used to be. Do you remember that spot?
Yeah.
It's where Necco is now.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So on a Friday night during the summer, it used to be open mic music nights. You would get lads in there, and I swear to God, you'd pay 50 quid a night, for a ticket to see them.
Okay.
It's like, and they're all playing for free, just jamming together.
Yeah.
You got lads there who's like, one of the lads, he's session guitarist. He'd be in California for 3 months and come back. He's like, yeah, look, I was talking to Bob there at the weekend. And he'd be like, now when you say Bob, like, you mean Dylan? He's like, yeah. He's like, don't say Bob then. Say Bob fucking Dylan. But these are the guys that were hanging in that scene there.
Yeah.
And there was like the record shop, there was gigs everywhere. But the thing is, there was venues to play.
Okay.
Buzzes, right?
Yeah.
You'd buzzes, you'd level 1, you'd fucking Cosmo Browns,
Yeah.
you'd fucking you'd Scrags, you still have Scrags, you'd upstairs, do you know what I mean?
Dicey's
you
upstairs.
had Dicey,
as well,
you had, there was, if you were a local band, and you had Tavern as well.
Yeah.
On the back, Jesus, gig in the Tavern. Love the Tav.
Deadly.
Great.
Yeah.
But you as a young band, you had maybe, like I was in a band with Dermot from the Vagabonds and a couple of other lads. I think we played like 12 different venues in Carlow over the summer.
How many years ago is that now?
Oh, Jesus, long. That was about, that's 2010, 2009.
Right, okay.
Before they were obviously
15
huge.
odd years ago.
Yeah, yeah. But even you had like downstairs in, what was it called? Do you know where the nightclub just closed down now? That
The Edge, level 1.
No, the other one.
Oh, Cosmos.
No, sorry, the Temple.
Oh, Temple, yeah.
Do you remember downstairs in that little
Cellar bar. Where the cellar bar was.
The cellar bar.
Cellar bar, yeah.
That was, we played a gig there, one of the best music gigs I've ever played. There was like 60, 70 people. It was absolutely shooting, absolutely ran great. But like, there was so many of those kind of places that you could play, and you could see young bands all the time looking at the session, like the session musicians, but also the original bands as well. And all of those places gone. I think you can play, like an actual band can play maybe 4 venues in Carlow at the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Not including the visual, like, because the visual isn't probably at reach for most bands at that level.
It's not at
That's
reach.
not trying to disrespect.
No,
No, it's not. It's not. And it's like, it's also like, it's a hard sell, I think, to get any band from Carlow to fill a 350 seater at the moment.
Big ask.
And it's hard, but you know what it is? When you go away out of town, you walk along the street with the boys or your girlfriend, wherever you're going. First pub with a live band you're going in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it used to be like...
Kenny's booming, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All it is. But again, like, you got to look at, like, the money Kilkenny has dwarfs
really?
In comparison to what Carlow has. Just in terms of, like, because they're funded by like, I don't know the figures, but if you look at just like, they've Fáilte Ireland fund them, right? And Fáilte Ireland is tourism money.
Yeah, the tourist board of Ireland.
That's the thing, right? Carlow doesn't have tourist money because Carlow doesn't have tourists.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have international tourists. We barely have domestic tourism.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, but it's
a fact. Yeah.
No, but it's just like it's a true thing where it's like you're trying to sell people on a place, but like it's hard to sell it. Like our tagline, our tourism tagline is that we're an hour away from Dublin. That's the best selling point we can come up with.
Do you think the creation of George Bernard Shaw, the visual, was to try and change that image?
I think so. I think the plan was to become a cultural quarter of Carlow.
Yeah.
So you've got the cathedral, you've got the theatre, you've got the gallery, you've got the museum.
Yeah.
So they're like the four things.
Yeah.
But like the museum has been there for 15 years. There's still not a sign around Carlow to say that's there.
Yeah.
You know the brown signs.
Yeah.
We don't. There hasn't been that opened in 2012. So it's been what, 4 maths man? Oh, yeah,
10 plus years.
Yeah, 10 plus. 10. We're getting deep into the podcast
10
now.
plus. My
We're like
IQ
10 plus.
also.
But like, there's still not like a brown sign that says there's a museum there,
Yeah.
right? Do you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
which you know should be up there for the council, but it still hasn't happened. The visual is a fantastic resource.
Man, it's unbelievable.
It's a place that I know people love playing. Acoustically, it's fucking amazing.
Savage. I was in it a few times. It's a savage venue.
It's amazing. The only, and it's not a criticism of the visual, but the one thing we're lacking is that like it's a hard thing to fill that place.
Yeah.
In terms of for any like the local acts or local play groups, it's hard. What you want is like 180 to 100 seat theatre. If you had that, then you can build to that. There's at the moment we don't have somewhere to start.
Like there should be a mid-range room in.
You're at the top, and that's it.
Yeah. You've got to go. Hey, guess what? Like
you got to sell this out.
you got to sell out.
Plus.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't have a place where you can go. Well, can I sell 100 seats? And if you're looking for that, you're in a fucking hotel, which is not great.
But you put 75 to 100 people in the visual, like it looks empty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does.
And that's not the feel you want.
No. And you can do it. You can cut it off, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But you like even at that, just from an economical standpoint, you're losing your arse if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Because
You know what I mean? Because you know you're talking 2-3 grand, roughly. Easy. Yeah. And like that's prohibitive to a point. But if you're able to sell, 300 tickets at 20 quid, 50 quid each, you at least cover your arse and make a bit. Now it's at a point where you have an end point, but I think Carlow's struggling from not having a starting point.
Right. Yeah, so like a mid-range room off the visual with a 60-seater would be absolutely ideal.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be individual. Like it can be like you can have it. I think really if you're a 60 like the 60 to 100, that's kind of the range you want. Like Chris, when he was here, did his work in progress in Scrag, did 2 shows.
Yeah.
Did an early show, did a late show. Turned on 130 tickets.
Yeah, well, so we done the.
You've done it. You've sold it out twice, haven't
but like
you?
But like, there could be 250 sitting in front of you. You wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think Scraggs is the perfect venue for the likes of that.
Oh, it's good,
It's unreal.
It's so
it's
artsy.
unreal.
It's so
It's like it's got everything you want in a venue. It's got low ceilings.
yeah,
And it's separate from the bar.
yeah,
It's great. It's unreal.
Yeah.
And that's why the more uncomfortable it gets, the funnier it gets. Or stuff like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where do my favorite comedian is Peter Kay, right?
Yeah.
Because his ideas are everyday life.
Yeah.
Like he has the one joke, you're getting old when you're picking up a stick and saving it to stir paint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to me about where your ideas come from. How do you write them? How do you put them together? Is there a formula for a great joke?
Formula from a great joke, it has to work. But like
People have the laugh.
Like, there's a formula to joke, right?
Yeah.
That you can teach anyone, right? So people go, how do you come up with a joke? Well, generally when you're starting out, you have an idea, you put it into like, what's your premise, what's your setup, what's your punchline, and you've got your tags off that, right? That's how you that's the structure of most jokes. You take notes?
No.
But like so
Might
that's
be after that.
that's how you kind of would any joke should have those kind of four things. Now, when the more advanced you get, you don't need that as much. For me, like I kind of something will strike me as an idea. I'll notice something and I'll be like, oh, I should talk about that, or something happened to me, I should talk about that. Like the last time, the newest joke I tried on stage, I was working at the Kilkenny Arts Festival, and they did their big end of festival gig, and there was a guy called Martin Heaney. He's an Irish fiddle player. Was playing, and there's about 600 people in there, and this lad turned us up, going, "You need to let me inside." And we're like, "You don't have a ticket." He's like, "No, I'm here to see Martin." He's like, "You're absolutely not." Now he also had a full-sized harp with him, right? And he tried to, And he tried to bum rush the door like 4 or 5 times, right? Yeah.
Just like Christ carrying the crucifix around the place.
First of all,
I need to see that priest.
First of all, I was like, if you're bringing your own harp to a gig, I'm like, you have to be like. But he was annoying. It's the last day of it. It's 14 days, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's under fucking wit's end. He tries to run in 3 times without the harp.
Bum rush.
Yeah. It's a bum.
I never heard that term before.
No, bum rush. I watched a lot of American shit. But anyway, right? So there's that, and then we were like, right, we may ring the guards, right? Because apparently he's been stalking your man for the last couple of gigs or whatever. So ring the guards. And he starts playing the harp. Now, annoyingly, he's fucking really good at it.
Yeah.
He's just out there. And he's like, bastard, he's actually
Dove start a farm around him, he's that good.
Like, maybe we should let him in. So fuck it, like.
Yeah.
And then guards turn up, and one of them says, like, one of the ladies said to the guards, is like, "Is it a full moon tonight?" The guards like, "No, we checked, it's only a half moon." And I was like, if the guards are looking up astrology, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're in butter here.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
Really, you know what I mean? And it's so like I took that bit. If the guards are into astrology, and I was like, okay, what, you know, Saturday night's going to be mad because Mercury's going into retrograde, and the guards are now sitting there with tarot cards looking because of the heat. Like that, like that's a new thing I've learned. But like the punchline of that, like I tell the story in a more condensed version, was like, if the guards are looking at astrology, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So that's like true thing. Punch it up a little bit, and then I'll work on that a bit more, and that might become a completely different bit. But like, it's stuff like that, stuff I've noticed, sort of observed. Right. That's what like I use. I've kind of moving towards more stories now. Yeah, sort of longer bits.
It's hard. It's very hard to tell a story. It's very hard to tie a story. Like you often see comedians mention something at the start, right?
Yeah,
and leave a little bit, and then their end bit is a wrap up.
Oh yeah,
which
that.
Okay,
I think I'm like,
I let you
fucking brilliant.
I let you in on this. Callbacks, right, are like the easiest thing.
Oh really?
Oh, they're like, because you're just mentioning something you've done before, and it'll come through in the writing. But when you do it on stage, people are like, "Oh my god!"
And I guess the biggest buzz, right? Genius. Yeah.
It's literally, you just go, and this thing. And it's actually used as a trick to make sure the audience are paying attention.
Yeah, they're tuning in
within the hour. So you do it to spark people in again.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit behind. Like some of them are genuinely brilliant.
And if it was radio silence after he'd done the hook and the callback, he'd be like,
you go, no one was paying attention.
No one listened to
it. No, yeah. You knew it didn't go well. So like sometimes they're dropped in as a little hook to keep people on the line, but also. Not like an easy laugh, but it's another thing where you can just get them to go again. Like
yeah. This last question I want to ask you: would you consider doing writing classes or anything like that?
I've done like classes,
as in you give them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've done some sessions with some there was a comedy course I kind of helped out for a day. I ran like a couple for some of the younger youth groups in Kilkenny and around, where I help people like have ideas and write jokes and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I have done that before. I've done it with other comics and stuff like that as well. Like,
yeah,
generally that's how you get most of your ideas out there is
like writing war rooms
with other people. Yeah. It's something I've done before.
Yeah, no, I'd love to sit in and just look at that, observe it, because I just find when minds come together, especially in comedy, because it just, where is the well? Like, where are they pulling these things out of? But like I said, it can be something so fucking simple. Like that Peter came on with the saving the stick. You know you're getting old because you're bringing home a stick to save it to stir paint. Like that is so fucking funny.
It is. No, and
it's so real though, man.
Yeah.
That done me for paint though.
Yeah.
I'm painting outside the house now.
Keep on
stir the paint.
Yeah. That's the perfect size for the pot and all.
Yeah.
But like
I won't
that,
have to bend down or not.
Yeah.
Stand there like that. Yeah. Don't stoop over the
they
pen.
look good with white on it. Actually, that's taking a look great white.
Yeah.
But like it's a lot of comics will, if you write a lot, these things come out.
Yeah.
Right. Some people write a lot. Some people will. I leave voice notes to myself. I'll go for a walk and leave voice notes. Yeah. And like also by repetition, more stuff comes out. So if I'm doing a joke a lot, sometimes something will happen on stage. I'm like, oh, bang, boom, and I'm like, I have that. So I record all my sets. So listen back to them. Sometimes when you listen to your stuff, things can come out from the back of your head that you didn't even know that was there. Like a friend of mine said, if you listen to your sets while doing like the washing up or doing something that it's in the back of your head, it goes into your subconscious. You start looking into all these kind of things where you go, how can I unlock more? It could be like you listen to your set when you're going for a run or when you're doing something like cleaning the car or whatever it is. But the more it's just like ticking away in the back of your head, that's where the stuff can come out.
You also have to be brutally honest with your own feedback to yourself, don't you?
Yeah. You have to go, this is shot. Like sometimes you can get a laugh and go, I don't like that laugh.
Yeah.
Like it's not the right laugh.
Yeah.
And when you start going into it from that perspective, because like your first thing is like, I want to get the audience to laugh. I'll do whatever I can to make them laugh. And then you get that laugh and you do that for a while and you go, okay, no, I need to get the kind of laugh I want. And I want them to laugh at this specific bit. And sometimes you're getting a laugh and you go, this is the wrong laugh. This isn't the right kind of laugh. Or it's not that big laugh that I want.
Yeah.
And if it's not that, you need to go, okay, it needs to go.
Yeah, that has to be.
Yeah, there's some jokes where you kind of have as in this is just, it's not the big laugh because you can't keep them up there for the entire, like,
It's impossible, really,
40
isn't it?
minutes, hour. You need to have some that are like a bit slower. So it's like you need
To make the good one sound better.
Well, it's also gives the audience a break. You can't keep them up there for an hour.
Yeah.
There's always a lull in the show, and it's it's already around the 40-minute mark. You bring it down, you change the tempo, and for the last 15, it goes far.
Yeah.
If you watch a special like that, first 10 minutes is like hard, switches a little bit. 20 minutes, around every 20 minutes, it'll change. So like the structure will change, or the pace will change, and then
Finish in fifth gear then.
finish in fifth gear, and then sometimes people are just like, "There's the last joke, I'm off," and then sometimes it's like, "Ba ba 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 ba." Stories generally away. It
Could be a challenge, Podge versus Papa. It could be a challenge, man. We give each other 5-minute set and see how we get on.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll train
Would you
you.
go for a pop?
I'll train you to do the 5
We'll
minutes.
document it. We'll video it. It could
I'll
be
train
one of
yous.
our bonus extras.
I'll train you to do the 5. We'll set up a night. Oh yeah, no, we'll do it.
Go move on to quickfire question, Shannon. Right, Papa runs this. This quickfire sessions is brought to you by Sneaky Sessions, the Carroll legends making noise all over Europe, based right here in Carroll Town, but repping the country far and wide.
Yeah.
Check them out, Sneaky Sessions. Says Papa, I say this every week, but how are we getting these sponsors? 2 idiots from Carroll.
We're punching, man. We're punching.
It's nuts. Anyway, no prep, no warning, right? Quick fire.
Right, Shannon, here we go. Pint or a cocktail?
Pint.
Of?
Lovely.
Huh?
Of?
Smithwick's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice drink, yeah. Favourite venue?
Vicar Street.
This is quick fire. I love this.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Who's the funniest person you know off stage?
Oh.
He doesn't know us well enough yet to say it. I think.
It's
Off stage.
Papa. That's P-O-P-A.
Shite. Oh, I'm going to draw on a blank on that one. I might come back to that one.
Okay. Next one. Who would play you in a movie of your life, and would it be a comedy or a tragedy? What a question that is.
Right, I got told that I kind of look like Jeremy Renner, right?
I get that,
So if it was a tragedy, it'd be Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
If it was...
Or Shia LaBeouf. You're a Shia LaBeouf kind of
Shia
character.
LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Great show, Pop.
That's actually a good show.
I think you're a skinny Adam Sandler.
Oh, no, I'm taking that one. Because
Yeah.
I do... Yeah, no.
Isn't he a little bit?
Yeah. I do like the skinny as well. I'll take that. Because last year it was just a fat Adam Sandler. This
Right.
year
Okay.
I've dropped it down. So we'll go with that one. I'll take that.
Who would you love to share a stage with?
Mark Maron.
First thing you do if you won the lotto?
Quick comedy.
That's the funniest thing you said.
Quick comment. Just on an hour episode on the comedy there, so yes, yeah. Late night chipper order.
Oh, doner kebab.
Of?
Huh?
Out of anywhere specifically?
Out of somewhere that does proper kebabs.
Milanos?
Like Berlin kebabs. Like, you know, the crispy pita ones.
Oh yeah.
Them ones.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're unreal.
Get one
Where
tonight,
the pita is that a little triangle?
It's that triangle.
It's a proper
crispy.
pocket.
It's a proper pocket.
They give it that little press, don't they, on the heat?
Yeah. None
move
of
on,
this
Papa,
sloppy
I'm on a
mess.
semi here.
Yeah. Worst heckle you've ever had?
From my mother.
Was it?
Yeah. I used to do a bit about it's like yeah. I used to do a bit about when do you think is a good time for your parents to die, right? And I did that. I started with that way, and my mother went, "Not tonight, sonny boy." I was like, "Thanks, ma.
Yeah.
You've heard a bit before, yeah, great."
Last one. One word to describe your style of comedy.
Unpredictable.
I get that. You?
Accurate words, yeah.
I get that. Thanks very much for that. Website is live, lads. Go take a look. You'll find us on www.howishe.com. Don't forget to tune into our bonus episode every Friday where we discuss all the goings on of the Carlow League. That's out every Friday. What a nice little bonus for you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen I should say, it's that time of the episode we're handing the mic over to our very own Shannon.
I wonder if we're going to get music when Shannon comes through the door.
She's got a question.
She got a song she wants played.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Something like that. Yeah, Jaws one, yeah. Shannon's Curveball is kindly sponsored by brew.ie, your go-to place for website design, marketing, content creation. Craig is based in Carlow too, pop it. And he's a great pair of hands. We do get to partner with some great companies, don't we?
We do, my
That's
friend.
Brew
we
with
do.
3 W's. B-R-E.
2 W's.
Sorry, 2 W. I can't count. He's calling the maths man. That's
That's 3 W's.
Does have 3 W's,
Yeah,
doesn't
it is true.
B-R-E-W-W-W.
Well, spell it right on this.
.ie. Okay. Shannon, how are you?
Diva.
How are
Hi,
you,
how are
Shannon?
You
you?
at the picnic?
I was.
Well,
Suffered through.
describe picnic in one word.
Messy. Yeah, it gets quite messy.
That was only the food.
It was just me.
Okay.
I'm joking.
What do you have for us?
Okay, so I think this one might wind you up a bit, right? But I want to get you on a bit of a rant. Shannon, you can join in this one too, okay?
Oh, you're
It's
in
so
it.
weird saying my own name as well.
I know.
Yeah.
I keep saying
hate
Shannon. I'm like, I'm already here, lads.
Yeah.
What is your biggest annoyance, but like your biggest pet peeve? Something that just drives you up the wall. It can be big, it can be small, but just sends you, wrecks your head.
I cannot stand being in my fucking car in traffic at traffic lights
Oh yeah.
when the light is green and no one's fucking moving.
Yeah.
I do not and cannot get my head around that.
Are you a beeper? Do you beep?
On me on, yeah.
Yeah.
With the wife, no.
Okay.
Box the hell out of me.
No.
I see that light, it's green, right? I'm 4 cars behind. It's fucking green.
Yeah.
How are we? It's been 15 seconds. How are we not moving?
Yeah, I hate that.
That's
I
me.
actually was talking about beeping. I was only coming home from Electric Picnic, right? I drove every night. So it was the last night I was coming home. And there was a car in front of me, but it was just like it wasn't going. There was no reason for it to be stopped in the middle of the road, right? And it was stopped and it was going a little bit and then it was stopped. And I was getting really annoyed. It was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was wrecked. I was like in the car, I had like a full car full of like my 3 little drunk brothers in the back,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then like
brilliant,
my friend. I was losing the head anyway, right? And I was like, I'm gonna go mad. I'm gonna beat these, right? I'm getting real worked up. And my little Fiesta went
Like a Power Ranger. I'm going to beat these.
A horn on helium.
Let's go, man. And then I went,
Oh, yeah.
and the lads were like, that was the equivalent of you saying, if you really don't mind, do you mind getting out of the way, please?
You driving a car or a helium balloon?
Like you want in Police Academy. Would you mind out of the way, please, officer?
Please, can you get out of the way? I just really want to get home.
Yeah, you get that. No, queues annoy me in general.
Queues.
Yeah,
Waiting.
people not caring where they are, man. Just like, you know, you're in a shop, just whatever,
fuck
squawking
me,
around.
start
and
me
just,
off on that.
yeah, go to the till here, Pep. Oh, wait, no, forgot to get this. Give us 1 second there, and they're looking around, and not caring. 25 people in a queue, or watching something. From watching a film, and someone is sitting in my company and they're on their phone and looking at TikTok, and the noise is up to the roof.
Oh yeah.
Turn off your fucking phone, or get out of the room.
No.
Get out. I
might
don't
fall
like
in
it.
I might fall in that bracket.
Do you?
No.
Do you talk during films? Do you hate people who talk during films?
Like 2 people on the phone at the same time, you're just glancing through something. But if you actually go say, I want to put on a film here now, or I want to watch a match here now, And no, you may stop now.
Do you mind people who talk during films? Does that wreck your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me. Like, I don't want to sit like a dummy. Do you know what I mean? Like, saying nothing.
Yeah.
But I wonder what happens here now.
But what if the person you're watching with presses pause and starts explaining what's going on?
No, it doesn't happen. It can't happen.
I do that all.
No,
I'm like, pause for a second, pause.
No, we
Have a
won't.
lot of the time,
No, we
fair
won't.
enough,
This
but
is
don't
in
say.
real time.
I always do that. I'm
I want more.
Right, okay,
people,
go on.
People who stand still in airports.
Yeah. I hate that.
I
hate that.
The middle of the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's a nine.
I have one that's very specific to Electric Picnic.
Okay, go on.
It is couples who dress up and look immaculate at a festival, right? Like, you know, they look amazing. I saw some couples that look better than me and my wife on our wedding day. And I was like, how the fuck are you going to last in a field for 3 days? Why did you go to the effort? They had matching outfits, looked amazing. Like, they would have been as good.
No,
And
just mucking my wellies.
Exactly. But look, no. This is the worst thing. They're clean. And they've no reason. I don't know how they're clean. And they look like they're going to be clean the whole fucking weekend. And they're standing in a muddy spot, but they're immaculate.
It's like look in the mirror.
Yeah. No. I always dress for festivals like I'm going to survive them. I don't care about looking good. And I was there performing, and I looked like I'd been slapped around the arse 7 times, and it was my first day there. And this couple looked like they come just off a catwalk, completely clean. They look like they smell clean, and this was on a Sunday, and they shouldn't do. And these people, they drive me up the. How do you do it? First of all, I don't understand how it's done. Second of all, I don't know why you're doing that when you're going to be sitting in. You're in leash as well. Calm down. Do you know what I mean? Calm down. You're in Strawberry. Relax.
There's no one going to pick you up from Vogue here.
Look, you're going to smell like curry chips in an hour. Fuck off. It baffles me, but also enrages me because I don't know how they do it. Because I've seen them come from the car park and they look amazing.
Do you think it's their first one, though, Shannon?
What?
Do you think
no,
it's their first
this
one?
is the thing.
They watch videos, man. They watch videos.
Yeah.
It's not their first one because they're older. They're older than me. They're looking great. I saw some big bald, great. Like, I'm not saying you're old because you're bald, but these were like, weathered heads. But they looked fucking unbelievable.
But are we talking Christmas photo with family matching? Like, are we talking?
No, I'm talking like
short haul
like,
to Lanzarote.
I don't know, like outside a nightclub, and it's a very specific look. It's kind of festival wear, but also you wouldn't be mad seeing them like in the bar on a Saturday night. But it's just immaculate, but kind of more festively, and it's definitely a bit of a vibe.
You think you fit, but it doesn't fit.
No, they do. This is the worst thing. They look. No. I just hate when people look better than me, which is 90% of the time, right? Because I try, but at the same time, it just doesn't work. Like, I've been trying to pester my wife to allow me to buy dungarees for the last 3 years, and she said I look like a fat pumpkin farmer.
You look like an 80s television presenter going around dungarees,
which is kind of the vibe, right? Okay. But she's like, please don't do that.
Your beard like ZZ Top.
What? Give me another hour and here, and I'd be fucking. Anyway, that's people who look nicer than me. That's generally
So me and Owen clearly looked too good at Electric Picnic when we saw him. Owen didn't even go.
Were
No,
you matching? You weren't matching,
he didn't even go. No, just me.
Too busy doing soccer.
I tell you now, couldn't get on the weekend. Do you know what mine is?
Yeah.
People who don't have manners. And I'm not talking about it's people who don't.
John.
No. If you say something and you don't say please, if people don't use the word please, it sends me. Like, you can say something to me, right?
Really?
Yeah. It just wrecks my head if you just don't say please, because it's built into me to be like, can you please do this? Can
is
you
it
please
an expectation for you that someone should be polite? Like,
I just hate people who aren't polite. I hate it.
Does this extend to the Gen Z stare?
Wow.
I got one of those the other day. Oh,
so this
I got one.
What's this?
This is when you go into any retail place, and there's anyone that say, look, between, I don't know, James, it says 17 to 16 to like 22, right? I went in to Suit Max down here, and I ordered 2 pizzas. I was ready for it. Went in, and the staff just looked at me, and from behind the counter. Like, they were in the back of the fryer just looking at me. And I was like, yeah, so I'm here. And they just kept looking at me. And then I went, Jesus, God forbid someone serve me really loud. And then they all came out. But it's a thing where people turn up and people look at you.
They just stare at you.
behind
Never
the
heard of that.
And
Yeah.
it's the thing with younger
In
people.
retail specifically.
In retail or any kind of service shop, they just kind of look at you and you're like, oh, hello. And they're like, what would you want? And you're like, oh my God. Just God forbid
Yeah.
you look at me like a
I
I
human
hope I
being.
never get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you get it, you know it. It's like one of these things that you will never doubt it when it happens because you
Where'd you
know
get
it's
it?
after. I got it in Kilkenny the other day. She was just staring at me, and I
Where?
said,
Call
I'm
them
not,
out.
no, I'm not calling them out. I'm being good.
Was it a shop?
It was-
Deli?
No, I'm not
Freshco's?
saying anything. Well,
Freshco's.
it was not fresh
Inside your building.
No, they're lovely in
Freshco's.
Freshco's. They're lovely in Freshco's. It wasn't there.
Maxwell
But-
across the road.
No, will you stop it?
Turf Wall.
Stop. It wasn't any of those establishments. Anyway, right? But I came back to work and I was telling one of the girls in work about it, and she was like, that's the Gen Z stare. And I said, but I'm only 26. What do you mean?
So talk me through. Did you know about this before
I
you went
walked
in?
kind
to
of. Well,
Maxwell?
I walked. It wasn't Maxwell. I walked in, and
So we were in Billy Bunters. What happened?
I'd walked in, right, and as soon as I'd walked in, they'd been staring at me from walking in. And I walked in, and I was standing there like a spare prick. I'm not going to lie to you. And then it took a few minutes, and I was trying to catch her attention, and she's like, Can I get you anything? And I was like, why the fuck do you think I'm here? Obviously.
They never started with hello. Like we had the Gen Z stare in my day. That's because we were all smoked weed though. That was different. Like we were like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, there's someone here. Like,
Yeah.
That was a Gen A, B, C
Yeah.
stare.
Yeah.
Do you know? I have a friend now, and I won't mention his name, but my close friends know what I'm talking about. If he ever got a Gen Z stare in a shop or anything like that, he'll burn it down.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's rude is a strong word. I think it's just they don't have the social
No,
skills.
some
They
people-
don't know. They just don't come
Oh, I
up
get
and
you,
say
yeah.
like, I don't know. But they just don't approach you straight away and be like, "How can I help?" But sometimes you feel really awkward because you're staring at them and they're staring at you, and it's just a bit of a stare down.
it feels like a weird like, because the hello is part of the script. Can I help you?
Yeah,
Anything before that is like they
We're all-
don't know
yeah.
how to start it. Like
we're all awkward now. We're all just staring at each other, and it's really uncomfortable. And all I wanted was a burger.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a chipper you were in. It was McDonald's, drive-through, Burger King.
It wasn't.
There's
Goodness
plenty
me.
around.
Letting people out. You're in traffic as well, and they don't wave to say thanks.
Or when you put
That
your
does me nothing.
hazards on, they don't.
I'd curse them.
flash.
I'd nearly go
I
after
do
them.
as well.
Would you pop?
I would nearly go after them, yeah.
If I
yeah.
let people
I fucking
out,
let you out.
No,
Just
if
say
I and you
thanks.
don't put on the hazards,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like, I'll
Yeah.
run you down. I fucking
Yeah.
hate that.
Yeah, no.
I hate
Or
that.
people parking in wheelchair spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not disabled.
Mm.
You're not walking funny. Don't park there.
I had
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know,
I don't like that ignorance.
No, I know it is.
I'll give you a worse one. Unfortunately, my mother is in a wheelchair from time to time, and we have a disabled sticker. And I was bringing her to the doctor for a routine checkup, and I pulled into disabled spot, right outside the Bank of Ireland there in Carrolltown. And this people carrier comes up, right, with one in the car. Now I'm a big guy, but she was bigger than me, right? She was yeah. she was. Do you know what I mean? She was 20 carbs away from heart attack recently, right? And she started beeping the horn at me when I was in. So I just pulled in, get me with her seatbelt off, get me arm on. I was just about to go out to the door, and she pulled right up and it's beep, 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 beep. I'm looking over, I'm like, what's up here? She grabs this,
Wheelchair, yeah.
she goes like that to me. As if to say, you should not be in there in a black Skoda. I should be in here, do you know, because I'm disabled. So I just went like that, hold on a second. Pulled over from the other one, put down the window, went like that to her. Well, you swear I pissed in her cornflakes. Her face just dropped.
Yes.
She's like, I'm like, you don't even fucking need one. Like,
People who think they have the right like that does me nothing.
yeah. Well, I'll never forget that day, anyway. Well, little as you know,
Shannon, that was a good one.
mine was fake, but anyway. Yeah. Oh, my joke, it was
Standards
fake.
are rising with these.
Yeah, they're getting better.
curveballs.
So, listen, you know, I'm just delighted you're putting in the time and effort now.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It was because you gave me the Gen Z stare, and I said, "Yeah."
The only stare I gave now was cross-eyed stare, apart from Gen Z. Look, final mention to our sponsor. Thanks very much, Carl Estimating, for all your construction, tendering and estimating needs. Check them out on carlestimating.ie and all their social channels. Shannon, thanks so much for joining us.
No worries. Thank you.
Absolutely delighted
Pleasure,
to get you on.
Yeah.
Two of us are massive fans
I remember
of
him
comedy.
as a chap in Scries coming into, we used to call him, what was his nickname on him? Daniel de Cruz.
Daniel Cruz.
Yogi.
Afghan Dan.
Afghan Dan, yeah.
Afghan.
Afghan Dan,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's 'cause he was
Used to
from
call him. He
New
was a
Zealand.
floor boy in Scries, worked for me, and Shannon used to come into him. He was a mate of his.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's only
Just
knee oil or grasshopper.
Oh, we were what? Nice. Dan was working as graduate in
That's
18, 19, 20. Yeah, yeah.
That's early noughties, that is.
Oh, it's in the good days, baby.
When you're selling out the big arenas and all that, don't forget us, right?
Oh yeah, no, I
You know
won't.
when
What's
you
your
make
name?
it really easy.
Hip pop poo podge.
Comedian has got the last fucking laugh, don't
yeah,
they? Always.
yeah.
Lads, we're loving bringing all this madness and the crack, and we're trying to improve every week. And the bit of chaos that we have, we really appreciate the feedback. Our website is live. Check it out. I'm not going to say the address again because me mouth was too dry. Please like, follow, and share the podcast. Someone out there, as I said, Pop, might get a laugh, a lift, or just be a little less mad after listening to us. Thanks so much for the support. We appreciate the Bonzi. As always, Pop, it's not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
It's Carlo Sports Podcast. No, Carlo Comedy Podcast. God bless you and good luck until next week.
Over and out.
That's full time on this week's episode of the How Is He podcast, available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Amplify. Got a story to tell? A voice that needs to be heard? Get in touch with us here in Amplify, Carlow Town's professional home for podcasters of all kinds. We can be found on Instagram at Amplify Podcast Studio. Amplify, power up your podcast.